Want to get to Capitol Hill now, where Utah Senator Orrin Hatch is with us. He was listening to what the president had to say. He's a Republican. He sits on the Finance Committee, so we're going to ask him about health care in a minute. But first, Senator, wanted to get your reaction to this Nobel Peace Prize announcement.
Well, I'm always happy to see any American get the Nobel Peace Prize, and especially our president. I thought he gave a very eloquent and humble set of remarks there, but I was personally very surprised. I'm surprised they didn't go with former President Clinton, who has raised $1 billion for humanitarian concerns all over the world. But let's be honest about it. I'm very pleased that our president has been recognized in a way that hopefully will spur on more humanitarian and other concerns around the world. So I wish him well, and I thought his speech was very eloquent.
Did they make the right choice?
Well, I can't second guess the Nobel, but I will say this, you know, we never expect a conservative Republican to be chosen. For instance, Ronald Reagan helped bring about the end of the Cold War, and he was ignored by the Nobel Committee. I mean, to me, we're just used to having the Nobel people pick, you know, Democrats or liberals to honor in this way. But it is an honor, and there's no use kidding about it, and especially to have our president. And I think Barack Obama, this will be an incentive to him, as he indicated, to do an even greater job around the world, and hopefully he'll be able to do that with our help.
Just one last question for you, Senator, before we move on to health care. You know, some have said that this is a pretty direct slap at the presidency of George Bush. Your thoughts?
Well, I hope they're not that cheap and that ignorant to do something like that. But I got to admit, I was surprised at this, and I think most people are surprised. I've heard a lot of you know, very interesting commentary about it all morning long. On the other hand, you know, look, I like the president. I think the fact that our president is getting the Nobel Prize, we ought to all be very happy about that. And hopefully this will help this president to realize that he represents everybody, not just the far left.